Next question coming in from the internet.
Two questions. I'm going to start with
Okay.
Chris Whedon's question. Coming from a video world, any benefit to shooting through a still camera over a video camera, TI versus Canon HDV30 for video?
Chris Whedon, thank you for being the first viewer in our chat room tonight. A huge award going out to you. Question is there a benefit to shooting with a still camera over a video camera, being a videographer? Absolutely not. In fact, you're at a huge, huge deficit. If you're shooting on a 7D or a 5D, although you've got very inexpensive, very shallow depth of field, you do not have very good audio capabilities, which means at the minimum you're doing twice the post-production work because you got to record on a Zoom H4n recorder and use Pluralize to match your audio and your video up in your post-production. Benefit, maybe. You might save a couple of dollars. But if you're really looking for a budget entrance with very shallow depth of field in videography, I'm going to direct you to my friend on the left, on your right here, which is the Panasonic AF100. It's got the same, just about the same chip size as a Canon 7D. You can put a nice EOS adapter on here and use all your L-series Canon lenses, which you obviously should be purchasing from your friends at Midtown Video. But the most important part of this AF100 with respect to being a videographer looking at still cameras is right here. I'm going to take these little plastic caps off to reveal XLR inputs. Two of them. You can come in mic, you can come in line, you can come in mic with phantom power, just like you're used to on any old video camera. You know, it's 50% of your presentation. If they can't hear you, they're not going to look at you. Thank you for your question, Chris. And the second question.
Jose again wants to know, does Sony F3 deal with the Thunderbolt interface?
Excellent question. I'm so glad you asked that. Sadly, the answer is no. We don't have a Thunderbolt interface in Sony's F3 camera yet. But this has been a burning question among some of my Macintosh customers. What is Thunderbolt, first of all, and what happened to DisplayPort? And I've got a good answer for you. Thunderbolt is replacing FireWire, and it's replacing Mini DisplayPort. Same connector as a Mini DisplayPort. So if you've got a Mini Display to DVI adapter and you buy, say, a new MacBook Pro from your friends at Midtown Video, you can use that cable to get out to your monitor. Thunderbolt also will replace FireWire and USB eventually for very, very, very high throughput to your hard drives. No Thunderbolt on these cameras yet, but I don't know. I don't think you need it just yet. We're still USB, actually. USB coming out of the Sony camera for a 3 times faster than real-time transfer of your S/S data to your computer data. Cool? We're getting satisfied on the chat room there. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Now, I sort of got on a track here when we were talking about HD-SDI and dual-link HD-SDI. This is also coming back to Mr. Whedon's question about videography, you know, which is better, a still camera or a video camera. Both of these cameras are set up with multi-camera operation in mind. All right? What do I mean by multi-camera operation? Well, if you're going to be connecting your camera to a switcher, number one, you better have HD-SDI output. Absolutely base. You cannot have mini HDMI to HDMI with very low resolution, up-resed, fake HD. If you're going to do multi-camera, you've got to have HD-SDI output. Hands down, that's it. Both of these cameras have it. Another thing you're going to want for multi-camera production is timecode. Now, here a slight advantage goes to Sony. However, mad props to Panasonic for including timecode in their camera. Check this out. Right here in the AV out little hidden rubber pocket is this familiar yellow jack, RCA output. Now, that could be composite video output if you want, but also via a menu setting, this composite output will allow you to either ingest or send out timecode data so that you can sync up multiple cameras, multiple devices, recorders, etc. on the same timecode. Now, Sony does one even better. Check this out. For multi-camera operation, you might need Genlock. Genlock is a timing signal that allows you to send the same sort of announcement to every device on your system. Your switcher needs it, your recording devices need it, and of course all your cameras need it, because with 60 frames every second, or 60 fields every second, they're going to want to know when frame 0 is and when frame 60 is, so that they're not all sort of on their own. It's called timing. Point being, Genlock input, Sony F3, perfect for multi-camera operations. Additionally, BNC connections for timecode in and timecode out. It's not an RCA connection, and it's not either in or out. It's proper timecode in, timecode out clearly they had multi-camera operation in mind when designing the Sony PMW-F3. With regard to having multi-camera operation in mind, the Sony PMW-F3 makes a perfect B camera to Sony's F35, which is basically used in every serial television show being shot right now.